Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on the Girl Pill Perspective, where I share insights about my life, my journey through life, my spirituality, and everything in between. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you have been to my channel and you have watched previous videos. Thank you so much. It elevates this channel to reach more beautiful individuals like you. So thank you so much. Today's topic, we're talking about living in flow with your healing, or do you feel stuck in a perpetual state of healing? I know through my own life experiences that the term healing had this like cloud of doom and gloom. Like I was broken and I had these dark aspects of myself and I needed to shred every ghost in every lurking corner inside my body. That is not what healing is. It is not this doom and gloom, okay? And I know these phrases in the spiritual community about shadow work and just, you know, some of these phrases and feelings around healing can feel kind of heavy, kind of hard, you know, like I've got to dig up and journal and do all these things to like reach deeper parts of myself and all of those things. I understand that type of healing, that feeling around healing, okay? For me, it was candle lighting and ritual work and growing my collection of crystals and really kind of embodying that spiritualness of like this community, which is absolutely beautiful. And I love those aspects in that timeline of my own healing. But I want to get to the nitty gritty answers of the actual state of healing and the beautiful expansiveness and the simpleness of healing. So first I want to talk about something me and my sister were talking about, and it's like having and embodying these new ways of wanting to dig deeper in yourself and wanting to expand and understand yourself on deeper levels really anchors in this state of awareness, okay? Like you're aware of yourself, you're aware of yourself in spaces, you're aware of your emotional state, your mental state, you're more like tuned in, okay? And with that state of attunement and that lighting up, which is a beautiful thing, there is this anchored of like this focus on healing, right? Because like now you're realizing these maybe darker aspects of yourself or unhealed aspects of yourself, and maybe you're going into therapy and maybe you're doing somatic work and you're really trying to understand and dig up these more, you know, rooted emotions and states of being that maybe you want to change or elevate in a lot of ways. I know with me, a lot of those modalities really helped. I was like, okay, I need to like journal, and a lot of it did help, like really sitting with my emotions, getting out my journal, journaling things out, and you know, all these new feelings were coming up and all these new like spaces of awareness were coming up in my brain, and it's just like a flood of like this new energy. There's like a newness and openness when you first start to like jump on this spirituality bandwagon and just, you know, really reach in deeper to yourself. And again, there's this focus, right? Sometimes with that focus, we're almost not living in the moment a lot. We're like focusing on the healing and this masculine state of action all the time, where it's, at least for me, like it was just such a focus for such a long time. I'm saying years. This isn't like a couple weeks, a couple months. This was 7 years of this perpetual state of like needing to take action to heal, whether it be breath work, journaling, you know, like meditating an hour a day. It was like really needing to like take this masculine action and do to heal. And after a while, when I would pull out my journal, like nothing was coming out of me. I was just like, I'm just, I guess, gonna write whatever like floats out of my brain, or like, you know, I was just like, I would do breath work and like, you know, like no emotions would really surface. I would just be kind of doing it to do it in a way. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like okay, here's my checklist for today for my healing. Let's get to it, you know? And it wasn't like, I wasn't living in the flow of my own healing, which is another thing that I want to highlight here. Your now moment is always showing you where you are in your healing and in your emotional and mental state. Which means if you're tuned in truly to the now moment, and you're tuned in truly to how you feel, you're going to know where you are in your healing. For example, I've been sort of in this really uncomfortable in-between energy. Like I said on previous videos, I'm here living with my sister, helping her kind of anchor back into living in Oregon, helping take care of little baby Nina, who, okay, side note, she just got diagnosed with arthritis in her knees. Bless her, she's like going on 12 years old next year. So I'm like really having to care for her and put a lot of my energy into her, which I love. But, you know, coming back here and like, it's just this, I'm really in this in-between energy. Like, I don't know where I'm going next. I'm trying to just like really surrender to like just being here, right? And just being in this energy of being deeply in the in-between. But what I'm coming to find is that like my now moment is always going to show me where I feel expanded and where I feel stuck, you know? And stuckness isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I feel like that's another word that gets really misused. It's like, to me, when I feel stuck, it's just simply, I don't know how to move forward next. And I just need to pause and go deeper within myself and just stop for a second and not make a move, because I don't know yet. And I'm very much in that in-between energy of knowing and not knowing. And when I'm in that deeper energy of like pausing and grounding and all of that stuff, there's all those emotions that come with it, right? So there's a lot of like uncomfortableness that's been surfacing, a lot of anxiety, which I'm not used to. I'm just an individual that doesn't deal with anxiety or depression in my own life, in my mental and emotional embodiment. I just don't. So when I do reach those states of maybe feeling low or feeling that heightened anxiety, there's some energy I need to look at. There's some introspection that I need to go deeper into, because that's surfacing for a reason. Our emotions are our indicator. They're an indicator of where we are in every now moment. It's like having a tether to your higher self. Like she's nudging me in one way or another, and it's either to make a move or to take a pause. When I sit in that embodiment of just taking a pause, I have to realize that like healing is always happening if I'm tethered to that now moment and myself, in that centered core part of myself. Not there's Corey here and then there's the Corey that's on the journey to healing, and it's the same. We're the same. Okay? Everything that I think is dark and ugly and whatever about myself are just aspects of myself that just want to come into alignment with who I'm becoming. They're not separate from me. And that's when you realize you are the now moment. Every part of you, that's all of you, okay? There is no aspect of me that is bad, that I need to bury and change. Like, I am beautiful in every aspect of who I am. That's the other thing, is like, I used to think there was ugly parts of myself that I had to pluck out, chunk in the garbage, and never look back, right? It's like, we need to just get rid of that completely. Like, that needs to go away. Actually, no. all those ugly parts of myself that I don't like or want to change or whatever, like those are parts of me that deeply just want to be loved. That is it. That is that ashamed, ridiculed girl who just wants to be loved, seen, appreciated. Okay, like it's just needing that embodiment and that acceptance. Okay, because the more that you accept yourself for every depth and beauty and rawness of who you are, you become so empowered and you become so grounded in all of that intensity of who you are. As someone that is, I am a Scorpio stellium, okay? Which means I'm very intense. I was even born with Pluto at 29 degrees. So like that's a critical degree. Like I'm a very intense, emotional, raw person. Like I will show you exactly who I am, like to its most like raw integrity. That's me. I used to think that that part of me was too much. I was too much, too bold, too emotional. Like, because I express a lot through like my body and I can start to talk really loud and I get passionate and people would be like, okay, like calm down. Like I would feel bad about being this intense, raw individual. And I thought my healing was, I need to become this demure, soft, like delicate woman to be loved and seen and appreciated. And it's like, we're not doing that here. Healing is embodying and loving every single aspect of who you are, unashamed, unabashed. Like healing is just loving every bit, piece, and beauty that you are. Like it is about you, loving you in its wholeness, okay? So I needed to break down that like vision of myself as this like healed person, because she was delicate, she was a flower, she was soft-spoken, she was demure, she was just this like person that I'm realizing today that's A, don't want to be like that, B, I love my intensity and my raw intensity. Like I'm emotional and loyal and just love my friends and my lovers with such an intense depth, okay? Like I want to know every single dark part of you. Like that is who I am. I want to know everything about you. I don't care where you went to school and what car you drive. I want to know your deepest fears, okay? I had to, when I realized that like that healing was not what I thought it was, and I started to really embody who I was and really love every part of who I was, this is the time where you really have to like surrender and let go of this perpetual healing cycle that you're in. Like just surrender to life, surrender to yourself in every now moment. Because like I said in the video before, healing is always showing up for you in every now moment. The more awareness and love and understanding that you can like really wrap your head around in each moment, that is what's really going to like anchor the healing. Because you're gonna go, oh man, I'm really agitated today. Why am I so agitated? You don't need to know why. There's one phrase, and there's this amazing spiritual teacher and embodiment coach on this platform. His name is Kyle Cease, and I've dipped into so many of his YouTube videos. They've been super helpful. I will actually link his YouTube below. It's been absolutely like beautiful, like his information and just him as a person. He's just amazing. But every time like an emotion shows up for me that I'm really trying to like figure out and understand, and I'm very analytical and I like to control, so I'm like trying to like figure it all out. when I get like that, I just pause and I just simply say, I'm allowed to feel anger in my body. I'm allowed to feel angry. I don't need to know why. I just need to allow it, embody it, and let it do its thing. Okay, I'm not here to control. I'm not here to like fight or resist or like, because when I'm trying to figure it out, it's slamming this wall of resistance as well from just letting the energy and the feeling kind of like wash over you and leave, right? Because like all these emotions are and all these triggers are in life is just pointing a direct finger to like things that just need to come up and out. That's it. That's all healing is. It's just showing up to every now moment with an open heart and an open space and just letting it all flow. And just the last bit as I wrap up this video is, can we just wrap more joy and happiness around healing? It does not have to feel drudgeful and hard and like complicated. If we simply surrender to each now moment and let things rise and let things happen, healing is going to happen. We can have and live through more joy and excitement in every moment, because it's just, it'll show you where you want to tighten up. It'll show you where you're letting loose, going to point in those areas that need to be looked at deeper. It'll maybe like ignite something in you that, oh, you know what? I need to like sit down and just breathe for a moment, or I'm feeling inspired to maybe journal about this. I'm getting some like some insights right now that I need to jot down on paper. And sometimes we just need to take 5 minutes and breathe, because we're just in our brain and our monkey mind's going off and we're just like, and it's like we're starting to freak out. And sometimes just taking that breath, that moment to just sit for a second, brings a ton of clarity to your now moment. It just does. Like sometimes I just need to breathe. So please understand that, just wrap that love in each moment, bring in more joy, realizing that healing is always happening for you. You don't need to feel like you're in this perpetual state of masculine action to heal. It's happening. We're healing. We're evolving. It's happening whether we like it or not, okay? So please love yourself today. Give yourself some compassion and grace. Do you know how hard it is to sit with yourself, to like realize these deep, hard truths about yourself? Maybe about how you grew up, about your life, about your family, your siblings, the hardships you've had to overcome. Give yourself some love, okay? Like, give yourself some compassion. This takes a lot of courage to really sit with ourselves and evolve and change. This is courageous work. And I really want to commend you on all that you do for your life and for yourself, okay? I love you guys so much. Nina loves you. She's like, you just woke me up. Thank you guys so much for showing up for me today, for listening to this video. If you listened to its entirety, thank you so much. I hope you got some nuggets out of it. If you did, or you have any questions, please, please, please ask them in the comments. I am here for it. I'm here for you. I'm here to expand all these questions, answer questions if I can. So please like and subscribe if it feels in alignment with you. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you on the next video.